Cyber Reapers. Hello, Cyber Reapers. So, tonight or today, whenever, wherever you are, I would like to talk about the book that I just published this week. And yeah, normally I promote other people's books because I really think that I want to use this platform to primarily uplift the voices of other authors. But I do, admittedly, people say marketing works, and so a lot of times you just have to keep marketing your own work in order for it to possibly get seen. So this week, since it is the release week for this book, it just released on Tuesday. You can buy it now pretty much anywhere you want, or anywhere you normally buy books. It's ebook, paperback like this one, and hardback. I'm working on an audiobook. I don't have a set release date for that, but I'll let you know updates on that. And what else? Buying it from my author website, authorgmba.com, is probably the best place to support me if you wanna buy the book in any of the 3 versions that are out. Just because it means more money goes directly to me. But if you wanna buy from, Barnes and Noble or somewhere, Amazon, wherever, I'll get about $1 per book, if that. And the benefit of buying from there is that it tells those platforms that my book is popular. So, there's benefits to buying it from wherever, and also recommending it to your local library. That's a free option. I would love it if my book ended up in libraries. I specifically signed up for an LCCN, where, essentially that helps get this book into libraries easier, so it makes it easier for libraries to find the book. So I would 100% support that. And, please don't pirate it. Just, if you seriously don't have any other options of, where to get it from, if you just write me an email or something or other, just letting me know, you genuinely want to read this book and you just can't, 100%, just be genuine about it. If you're, because I get enough scam notes that I'm going, okay, I can tell the difference between a scam and a not, or whether someone is genuine or not. So if you really want to read it, I'll find a way to help you read it, So far, everybody who has read it and has responded to me, about their feedback, has loved it. It's got 5 stars so far on Goodreads from 3 different people. But I wouldn't mind having a little variety in there. So, I love the 5 stars, don't get me wrong, but I also understand that seeing 5 stars across the board makes it look a little like it's, the reviews are fake, which they are not. I know the people. Well, I know one of the people personally, and the other 2 are book reviewers who, they've rated a ton of, they've written reviews and rated a ton of books, so they don't have any reason to lie. But having a little variety in there wouldn't hurt, because I want the reviews to help readers understand this book so that they understand whether, they would enjoy it, that's the point of reviews. So, well, I hope that people enjoy this book. I know it's not for everybody. And so, me making a video like this is kinda, I get to talk about, the stuff in this book, and if it sounds like something you might like, that's awesome. And maybe check it out. And if it's, something that you're I'm not really interested in the what this book sounds like, or the experience of reading it, that's also perfectly fine, too. That's the point of these videos, to kind of tell you about the book or what I gleaned from it, and what things about it that you may or may not like. And I think it'll be a little harder for this one, admittedly, because I'm just so close to it that there's so much I could talk about, and I would love to talk about any of it. You ask me a super niche question about it, I will blab on and on. But I'll try to keep this relatively short, especially because I just had a lot going on this week. It's been a good release week, I honestly got a lot more pre-orders than I was expecting, and the books are going out now, so that's exciting. That's super exciting. And just, yeah, a lot of stuff this week, mostly pertaining to the book, to be honest. And I also started door dashing again, so I'm doing that so that I can raise money to keep up with ordering books, and then because there's a little bit of a period of time when, say, somebody places an order for a book, and then I have to have enough money in order to get the book printed, because I do not have the money that the order sent in just yet. So after a few days I get compensated, but I need to have enough upfront in order to get the book published, or get the book going, into production, so that I can send it out in a timely manner. So because of that, I'm trying to DoorDash, and also I want to raise up money for editing on the next book, because this is a set of 2 books, and yeah. So When Truth Cowers by G.M. Baugh, that's me. When Truth Cowers is a young adult science fiction thriller, so it's set in the future. It's, let me see, where in the timeline is it? 2240s, so yeah, round about 200 years from now, a little over. We've got, the world has changed kind of quite a bit due to, there's climate change advances in technology, all that. It's set on planet Earth. Aliens are kind of a known thing, but they're not, super normalized as being, walking around all over the place on Earth. It's just kind of, people know that they're there, or they know that, humans know that aliens exist on other planets, that kind of thing. But our main character is a human-alien hybrid. So, our main character, her name is Cai, and her mom is human, and her alien parent is kind of like this tree-like sort of creature that can, walk, the tree can walk around. And Cai is a lab-grown being, so, taking some of the genetic traits from, both her parents and creating her in a lab, essentially. And that's kind of a sort of normal thing these days, although it's usually, for the super wealthy, That's kind of where in time that technology is in this book. So Cai is, one of the few lab-grown beings walking around. But other people don't know that because Cai really wants to blend into human society due to how she was treated as a kid, as kind of ostracized. She was treated more, she was treated weirder than, her alien parent was, even. So she wanted to blend in as a human, and so she got a skin modifier pod technology thing that can change her skin tone to look more like a human's, because naturally it's more green, reflecting her green chlorophyllic blood. So, and due to, tensions between her and her parents on how she should present and how she wants to live, her whole family decided it was maybe time to, take a break of, separate Cai from her parents for a little bit and just allow her to live with her great aunt for a little while. So Cai lives in New York City, a futuristic New York City. It's not the same as the one we know, because the one we know is primarily underwater these days. So it's a rebuilt version, kind of based on the ideas of nostalgia. There's a lot of cities in this world that were nostalgia built and renamed or named after cities that are underwater, because a lot of cities nowadays, if you raise the sea level by about 200 meters, a lot of cities nowadays will be underwater, or a lot of them will be. So, yeah. Where was I? Okay, explaining the world a bit. Cai is a human-alien hybrid, and, and she's living in New York City, futuristic-y, rebuilt New York City. And she has a pretty good life there. I mean, she's kind of quiet in class, but like, she's interested in studying history in college. Right now she's in high school in her final year, and she has a girlfriend named Analisa. Analisa's fun, she's cute, but yeah, Analisa is Cai's girlfriend, and the two of them are really super close, and Analisa knows about Cai being an alien-human hybrid. She's one of the few who knows. In fact, the only one outside of Cai's family who knows. And, Annalisa has a twin brother named Leon. So just as that's your setup of the main three that you kind of start knowing at the beginning of the book, who will be important later. And, yeah, Annalisa and Leon, their father, they suddenly find out that their father has cancer, and it's a rare type. He needs to, in order to get treatment for it, the treatment's very expensive. They would have to fly across the country to find the doctor who specializes in treating it, and so they need money fast. Well, New York City, futuristic New York City, is known for hosting a lot of the modern day game shows, which are really super popular. You know, it's, if you think of like New York City and Broadway of nowadays, game shows are kind of like that sort of thing. Like, it has that cultural significance. It's like New York City is where the game shows are, and everybody knows it, you know? So that's, yeah. And those game shows, depending on which one you play, you can gain a lot of notoriety, and you can gain a lot of money just from playing and making it through all the rounds, or making it through the entire game show, right? As long as you don't get kicked off, you're set with like a decent amount of money from the end of it. So Annalisa suddenly gets, this idea, because Cai and Annalisa have been fans of the show for years, but Cai has been like kind of going, I don't really want to go on those shows, because a lot of the shows thrive on like revealing people's deepest secrets, and Cai doesn't want the world to know that she is partially an alien. But Annalisa goes, I think I'm gonna like join a game show or apply for game shows in hopes of like raising money for my father. And Cai, even though reluctant, goes, okay, I'm gonna apply too. I'm gonna support you. Because the game shows especially like it when people apply together, so that there can be like teams formed. So Leon, Annalisa's twin brother, also applies to the game shows. All three of them get selected for the next round of Truth or Dare. So it's essentially a big game show where the players are in an arena, a forest, an artificial forest with a cabin in it. 12 players go into that arena for 6 days, and they essentially they play Truth or Dare with each other. And you do that for the 6 days, and then you're released. Nobody goes in, nobody comes out of the arena. Everything is televised. So, yeah. So already a little bit of drama there of like going, oh no, okay, we gotta keep each other's secrets. We gotta try not to like let the dares get too wild or anything, or scar or traumatize us for life, that kind of thing. And yeah, so that's kind of where their mindset is as they're going into the show. And they start to get to know the other players a little bit, and they're like, okay, there's like a few dares that are like, oh no, this seems like a horrible situation. But like, as they get into it a little more, they're going, okay, I think we can do this for 6 days, Day 1, though, they find a dead body of one of the players. One of the players just killed off, dead. And it looks like it could maybe be an accident. Maybe. Or maybe the player did it to themselves. Maybe. But everybody's unsettled because they're going, well, nobody can come in or out of this arena, so that dead body's just going to be there for the next few days? And also, what if it happens again? Guess what? It happens again. Except even worse this time, because this time it's obvious that somebody did this to them. So it was no accident. Neither of them. So yeah. And just over the course of the days, all the remaining players who are still alive are going, okay, is there a way to figure out, maybe we can use the system of like truth or dare, ask each other truths, like, did you do this to this player, Unfortunately, the audience and the referees have a little bit of control over what is allowed and not allowed in the game. So all of a sudden, the truths asking, like, did you have any involvement with this player's death? All that gets shut down. Players can't ask that to each other. Or rather, they can, but the truth or dare system will not verify whether they are telling the truth. Because that's how the truth or dare game works. The technology can kind of can sense whether the players are lying, or whether they are withholding some of the truth. So that's how the truths are verified, and if you tell the truth or if you successfully complete a dare, you get money for it. But now the game is no longer about the money, it's about surviving. And since no one can leave, they're all there for the 6 days, So they have to survive, even though they don't know who is doing this. So, yeah. As a result, they're trying to survive and shenanigans happen. A found family forms, which I find is pretty cool. I love writing found families. I absolutely love that. And yeah, it's a lot of like, you're not sure who to trust, and it's all told from the first person POV or perspective of Cai, so we're limited in what she knows. And what else would you maybe want to know about this? Also, fun fact, I'm pretty pleased with this cover. It took me about 50 hours to draw it. Yeah, it's just, here, maybe if you could see it that way. Okay, so, yeah, it's got a bunch of yellow flowers here. I feel like it's also harder to see in the dark. You really do need, like, also on camera. It's easier to see it in person, I'm sorry. Or if you want to look at the ebook version, you might see the cover better on that. I quite like it. There's a lot of symbolism in there. Of course, there's a hand with berries in it, which is important because that's one of the, after a dead body is found in the book, every time there are berries found in their hand. And also all the yellow flowers next to the cabin background. Just after you read the book, I encourage you to count the flowers, and in particular count the ones that are wilting. So yeah, anyway, and yeah, I guess that's all I was gonna say on the book for now, just because I feel like I don't know entirely what else to say. There's a lot. And yeah, it's about 95,000 words, which is kind of comparable to like the first book of the Hunger Games. So if you wanted like a reference. Was there anything I was gonna say? Oh, I guess just as little fun things also, the book has a few different aspects to it that I think are fun, It's got a little before you read, so it's got the trigger warnings in there, which, I think is pretty important considering there's a lot of stuff in here that could be, triggering. There's also a character guide and a map, which the map is a map of the cabin, which is like the arena that the Truth or Dare game show takes place in. And of course the character guide has like all the characters in there. It has their names, it has the pronunciations for their names, and also their pronouns, and the signature colors that they are assigned if they're a player in Truth or Dare. Every player gets a color palette for their clothing that they wear all week. And yeah, that does come up as like, say somebody going like, oh, was this person there? I don't remember seeing like red or any red clothing in So them trying to figure out maybe who done it in the situation, the color scheme kind of maybe is a little important. There's also other reasons it's important, but that gets into spoiler territory, so read the book. Let's see. Yeah, Truth or Dare cabin layout, there's that, and of course the Truth or Dare rules, which you don't have to read them. It's pretty much explained in the book, or whatever's important is explained in the book, but just for the sake of immersiveness, there's the rules at the beginning in case you want to like try to figure out your own loopholes, and be like, well, what if the characters try to do this, to get out? And so that could just be kind of fun. And then of course chapter 1, so, and then all the way through, yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Okay. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, just there's a little fun stuff there, and of course my website has a playlist in case you want to look at that. It's a little YouTube playlist I used for writing, editing, marketing, like, just because I like having playlists for my books. Every single story has a playlist. And there's also a Pinterest board in case you're interested in that. I'm not super active on Pinterest, but I heard that people like those, so I put one in there on the website for this book. What else? Anything fun? Oh, character art. There's plenty of character art because I prolifically draw, so there's a lot of that on the website. Anything else? Oh, there's merch. There's also merchandise. I'm sorry, I keep blabbing, but I'm obsessive. I do a lot. So, oh, my computer suddenly lit up. Let me just it's a little less distracting. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot. The website has a lot of fun stuff. Check that out if you want. And check out this book if you want, because I had a lot of fun writing it, even though, yes, there were things about it that, like, I wrote into there because I was irritated at the world, but, I think it's fun, I will say there's a part that I think people kind of hate me for, specifically, near the end, but I think it was necessary, so, and it seems to have the effect that I meant it to, so I'll give you just a little warning that it might make you, the book might make you emotional, so that's all I'll say about that. Okay, yeah, alright, thank you so much for listening. You're an awesome listener, and thank you for allowing me to just kind of talk about my book this week, because it's been a lot this week. I think you can tell I'm a little more, anyway, and I just looked at myself in the camera and I forgot to say that I'm wearing merch for When Truth Cowers. It's, not very super visible here, especially because it's kind of folded because I'm leaned back, but my shirt has yellow flowers on it that are based on the yellow flowers on the book cover. So I drew those flowers out and I put it on a pattern, and then I put it on a shirt. I worn the shirt is a little bit tight, like it's a stretchy fabric, so just make sure to check the sizing chart. Yeah, but I'm having fun though designing merch as well, because it's just, I don't put anything in the shop that I wouldn't personally want, and I'm working on like saving up to buy all of the things so that I can show them off, and also so that I can use them. I especially love the tumblers. The tumblers are unfortunately out of stock at the moment, but hopefully the printing company will bring them back soon, because I absolutely love tumblers, and I need well, I really, really want / need some tumblers that are based off of my books, so yeah. So yeah, I keep saying so yeah. It's one of my transition terms. Okay, When Truth Cowers by Giamba. You can call me GMBA if you want. I'm just gonna think of the YMCA song if you do, but, yeah. Giamba, GMBA, whatever. And When Truth Cowers, my debut book. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope wherever you go or whatever you do next, it's either fun or fulfilling, ideally both, or relaxing, maybe that too. Yeah.